Okay, we're going to see how this works. I've gone ahead and zoomed into tele macro on my camera, which means I can't adjust it in any way other than moving it back and forth. Anyway, we're going to take a look and see whether I can show you in detail things a little more. This is the board, the light board, and when you look at the end of the light board, you can see where the little LED is right in there. We want to cover it with this, which is they call it the warm light option, and it will just fit over the front here. And once we do, then we get a little bit softer light in it. It's supposed to be more incandescent, but I prefer it over the other one. These are the two little copper strips that are going to be used to get power to the light board. They get inserted, and this little piece here presses up against the wire that you see coming down on the inside here. So that'll just, see whether, I don't know whether you can see this or not. Everybody says that in videos. This will end up like this. And so you have to be careful to make sure it goes like that. Do it from this side. Yeah, need to be, well, maybe tweezers will help me demo this. You'll want this, that's not the way it goes in. You'll want this to go like this, not like this, which it's prone to do. If it's caught on the edge like that, it's terrible contact, won't work, needs to be right over top. And of course the last piece is the light board itself. It looks like this. This is a printed strip which really helps to diffuse the light. The light enters at this end and comes down to the opposite end. This is printed on one side only. That side goes to the roof. So in this case, when I look at it, I can say, oh, that's the bottom, that's the top, that side's going to go to the roof. So step one, move that aside, copper strips aside, and we're going to want to insert this. Best way I've found to do that is to spread these two little white guys apart by getting my thumbnails, which is really fun with gloves, but getting them in there. You can hopefully see that's already popped out, that one. Then pop out the other one. And then there's also a tab at the back. So I just worry it a little bit. Careful, because you're around a PCB here, so you don't want to hurt anything. But it just comes out, and now you've got it like that. So now you got it in pieces. You take this guy and insert it in, and it's held by a clip here, and the top of the lens, there's an indentation in the white right in here that holds it. But you can see that on its own, it's not going to stay anywhere if you start moving around much. So put that back in, kind of make sure it's seated where you want it. Now you need to get this piece back in again, and best way I've found again is to grab your tweezers and gently place it pretty much how you want it. And then you kind of need to press down on it. And then worry it, I use the term worry it in. Double check with my magnifying glasses on, make sure that all of the little pieces are where they're supposed to be. What you can't see very well is right there is the PC board sticks into the white piece there, so there's a little clip there. And then of course there's the clip there and there, and if all of those are centered where they are supposed to be. The website shows you how to get your fingers underneath here, just like this, okay? Except I get my back finger, those two guys, and then I just kind of grab the front and pull down a little on the truck, and it all comes apart. Third time in a row, windows come out. Windows are really easy to go back in. Just like gravity kind of hold them, and then you can push them back into their little spot there, and we'll put that aside for now. There's the coach, and when you look at it, light bar's got to go one end or the other. Can't go there, it's got to go there. It always goes in that little thing there. So we'll do that. Now we need to put in little brass contact strips, and if you look here, you'll see there's a spot there for them to fit. So they just fit into that spot. They slide in quite easily. There you go. That's all you need to do with that one. That's all you need to do with that one. If you're not sure, grab a probe or something and just snug it up on the bottom. Now, those mate up with a brass contact strip that runs all the way along here, and those connect. If you look on the bottom here, you can see there's a little bit of there's pickup here, there's pickup here, and these metal wheels provide pickup. So 1, 2, 3, 4 pickups on each, 4 wheels on each side providing pickup to that. Unless you're running really dirty track like my test track, you shouldn't have any kind of flicker or anything going on. However, now that we've got that in place, we now have to insert the light bar. And if you remember what I said before, you need to make sure these little contacts here brush up against these copper pieces, not at the side. And that's a bit of a challenge. I don't think I've ever inserted one properly yet. I always get one off and have to do some fiddling. I'll see what happens this time. I don't want this to do something weird later on or find out it's not perfect. So, like anything else, take your time, get it done right, and then we have to check it out. In order to check it out, test track has DCC on it. I'll let this guy go down so you can see test track, turn it on, and we got light. And not bad light, and it's so installs fine, no problem with that. Now we need to install the light into the car. In order to do that, install the light bar, turn off our DCC, we'll zoom in. Now along here, in here, I can see right here, there's a little tab right in there on both sides. And that little tab lines up to little clips right here in the light bar. So I know that that light bar is going to fit where the tabs are, where I had mentioned this little tab is going to go. And remember, the printed part goes to the top all the time. So the little tab, you can see where it goes. You just kind of center it over there. I need to move it down a bit to there. And then just gently it clicks into place. Make sure it's into place and clicked on all of its parts all the way through, because there's some clips that it needs to go under. I'm just going to drop here and look a little closer. Yeah, that's all looking good. That's where it's supposed to be, and that's okay back in there. Any more clips I should know about? Nope, we're good. So last step is to take this and just throw it back on like this. There you go. Now this is where the light bar starts. So yeah, it's darker, or there's more light in this area, but it's not like it's gigantically bright there and nothing anywhere else. And then it gets a little bit lighter as you go further down there. So, you know, that's it on a passenger car. So that's our, what, third car we've done? 3 more to go out of this light set.